Hi, Tyler. How's it going? Tyler, you there? Sphinx?
I'm here. What's up?
Sorry, can you do a quick mic check?
Yeah, can you hear me okay?
Yep. Yep, perfect. All right, guys, 1 minute and we start. All righty, let's get started. Hi, everyone. Hope you're all doing well. Welcome to our second in-house Twitter space / AMA. I'm a procrastinator. I host all the AMAs and Twitter spaces for Bitrock. And we're joined today by Sphinx, Tyler from Sphinx. Very excited for today's space, guys. Lots of new information, announcements, developments, and things to look forward to as well. So first of all, for the new joiners, I'm, as I did at the last AMA, I am quickly going to introduce the project, a little bit of information about the team, our partners, where we are, and then we'll give the mic to Sphinx, to Tyler from Sphinx Labs, to let us know a little bit of on what's happening, what's been done, and then we'll have Brother One. Brother One, if you could just send a request to speak so I can just give you permission from now. So we'll have a word from Brothers Marketing as well. And then we'll do an kind of an Q&A, the AMA part of things, hear the community out. And yeah, hope you guys enjoy today's session. And yeah, there's announcements coming, so stay tuned for that as well. So very quickly on the project, because most people here already know what it is. Bitrock is a layer 2 Ethereum sidechain. It is IBFT 2.0 and it is proof of authority. The project work started 2 months before launch. We are now 3 weeks into the launch, or after launch, and things are looking very good for us so far, which is great. And yeah, I mean, we have 5 team members from the Netherlands, Belgium, and I'm based in Dubai. So that's kind of a very quick intro on the project. Our contract is announced, and our website has a lot of information about our blockchain, the utilities on the blockchain, and a lot of details on more technical aspects of the blockchain as well. We have staking live. We started out at 90% APY. Now it's at 60%. And that decrease has been announced beforehand. We just reduced it on the 30th, I believe. And it was announced beforehand. APY decreases are because of sustainability. So as we continue to grow, the APY will continue to be decreased further as needed for sustainability. The mainnet staking will be a lot higher, so we will have staking on the mainnet, and the APY will be higher. And yeah, I mean, lots of things coming up. We're at a very good stage of the project. There's the next 1 or 2 weeks, there's a lot happening. So first of all, I'd like to start with the fact that I want to, first of all, congratulate the community We passed 45% staked, 35% of the supply staked, which is crazy. That's almost just about half the supply, the entire supply staked, because the entire supply is already circulating. There's no unlocking. There's none of that stuff. The supply is 100 million for those who don't know, both max and circulating, and 45% of that is staked, which is crazy. We hit 30 million market cap, I think probably a couple of days ago. I think it was on the 30th. And now we are at 23-ish. So huge growth. And thankfully, there's a lot of eyes on our project. There's a lot of interest from all sorts of different partners, whether it's exchanges, whether it's Twitter partners that want to work with us, or development partners, integration partners. There's a whole bunch of stuff in that area that we have been approached with in the last couple of weeks. Some of it has already been done. Some is still in progress. And as for our partners, we have tons and tons of partners. We're partnered with Rude's Lounge. We're partnered with Brother Marketing. We're partnered with JNR Advisors for exchange listings. And we're partnered with Sphinx for some utilities. And there's a whole bunch more in terms of partnerships as well, existing and to come. So with that said, most people here probably already know all this information. So I'm just going to kind of switch over to Sphinx here. And if there's, first of all, any information on the project, generally speaking, general information that I've missed for newcomers who might want to know, either feel free to ask it towards the end of the AMA, or please go ahead and ask it after the AMA is done in our Telegram chat, and we'll definitely answer you. So with that said, I'll move over to Sphinx. Tyler, welcome to the AMA. Let us know what's going on, what's been done, and yeah, go for it.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me, Procrastinator. So, yeah, we're super excited. So today, we're happy to announce a lot of things going on. So, for those who don't know, we have completely integrated the Bitrock chain into the Sphinx dApp. So that came about a little bit sooner than what we were originally planning. It was just going to be the bridge here, but it's actually the bridge, the charting swap, launchpad, token locker, everything is good to go. So we're really excited to announce that. We've been working on it for quite a while now. I know it took a little bit longer than I said it would. I believe it was last week, but we wanted to make sure that everything was working well, and the team tested it as well as us, and everything's working flawlessly now. So, yeah, it's big news. This is going to be awesome. We're really happy to be working with Bitrock to kind of help push them forward as well, and all that Sphinx does too. We can't wait for you guys to check out our platform as well, for all the stuff that you need. Did you want to add to that?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, thanks a lot, Tyler. Really appreciate that. So, guys, before I kind of reiterate what Tyler said in further details, basically, Sphinx have been one of our most solid partners since the launch of the project. They've worked very tirelessly to meet and exceed deadlines, and they're very responsive to feedback, to changes. They know what they're doing, they understand the process. They've worked with tons and tons of projects, Loop, Curve, Arbitrum, like so many, and it's all on their website. So we're very happy to have them as partners, first of all. So yes, the bridge is done, and everything else is also done. So Sphinx have fully integrated our blockchain into, as Tyler said, into their dApp. So that includes the swap, the launchpad, charting, the locker, airdrop, and obviously the bridge. The last few days, and I want to give a special shout out because I, I was very involved in the community, and a little bit behind on the testing, although I did test it obviously. But I want to just give a shout out to Bitrock Lesnar, The Rock, our dev team as well, because they've been on top of the testing process. Some people did see that the bridge was done ahead of time before we announced it, but we intentionally did not, announce it because we have to do our own testing. Sphinx have tested that as well. Everything's good to go. Any changes, fixes, all of that's been done. So we're very excited about that. So first of all, Tyler, thank you so much, and Thomas as well, and the entire Sphinx team, because you guys really, really did work hard. Thank you for all the hard work. Our partnership doesn't end here. It's just a start, and we're very excited to have you guys on board. So yeah, thank you so much for that. And sorry.
I was just gonna say anytime, man. Yeah, we're really excited. Glad that it got done as quick as it did. So, I just wanted to say for those that don't know, you can go to thesphinx.co if you want to check out the bridge. You can just switch to the Bitrock chain.
Yeah, so we're gonna have definitely. So we're gonna have a step-by-step guide on how to bridge tokens along with a video recorded as well, and that's done and will be announced if it hasn't already been. But it's about to be. So that's going to be shared soon in our Telegram, so people can start bridging over their tokens in preparation for the launches that are going to happen on our chain. So on that note, we were excited to kind of have people start getting ready, because some people are not really used to bridging. They don't know what the process is. So the community is going to be very helpful, the team as well, along with the guide and the video that have been prepared. So those are going to be shared soon. So give it a try. If you want to bridge some of your Bitrock as a test, go for that. If you want to bridge the entire thing, that's also up to you. And it's a pool, so it's a one-to-one bridge with the mainnet coin, mainnet token. And yeah, that leads me to the kind of another semi announcement. So we have 5 to 6 projects ready to launch on the blockchain. We're not rushing anything. So announcements on launches will be made in due time. Because we do need a little bit of an adoption period where people start bridging their tokens, and we do understand that that's going to take a little bit of time. So launches are going to come. So guys, please know when. The launches will come, and they will come soon. As you can see, we're finishing things ahead of time, but we have to make sure that everything is going as best as it can and is tested as well as possible. So the launches will come. There's no use in rushing, but you can go ahead and bridge your tokens if you'd like. So that's one thing. The second thing is about the first project on the blockchain. So the first project will be launching eventually. There's no set date as of yet, but it'll be soon. And the first project will be the DEX token, the Rock Swap token. So we want to make sure that the first project to launch on the blockchain is at least, the one that that is kind of official, is something that is as much under the team's control as possible. It is going to be a stealth launch. So again, there's not going to be any private sale, no pre-sale, nothing. It's just going to be a straight up stealth launch. And more information on that will come soon as to the date of when that will actually happen. But we're going to be sure to give people enough time to start bridging, getting used to dealing with the swap. There's there's a lot of different utilities that we have with Sphinx. We're also going to be continuing work on our own bridge. Our swap is already out. Sphinx's swap is also integrated with our blockchain. So you could use either or. but we're going to make sure to give people enough time to go through the bridging process. We're well aware that there might be some people who are not tuned into this AMA, who are going to be listening to it tomorrow, later today, in 2 days, in 3 days, and so on. So I see you, Tyler. Gotcha. And yeah, so we're gonna give people enough time. Tyler, you have a quick word you want to say? I see your hand up. So
Yeah, I did. I just didn't want to interrupt you. So I just wanted to say that if you guys have any trouble with, figuring out how to bridge or anything like that, we have Zendesk support on the DApp, so you could just ask directly right there, or you could come into our chat and we'd be more than willing to help you as well.
perfect. Wow, that's actually pretty awesome. Yeah, so guys, you have our support, you have Sphinx's support. Please feel free to make use of that, especially for newcomers or people who haven't really dealt with layer 2 blockchains before. Again, we're going to make sure we give people as many resources as we can, whether it's written or um, visual in the form of videos and so on, to be able to go through the bridging process, and also through using the other utilities like the swap and so on. But the bridge resources are ready. So with that said, we will be taking the time during which people are going to be bridging their tokens, getting used to the DApp and so on, to conduct audits and KYCs as well. So there's going to be audits on the blockchain, the mainnet contract, the DEX, the mainnet staking contract, and. We want to make sure that we have as much security in place as possible. And when people deal with or basically use our blockchain, and to increase investor confidence and user confidence as well. So those will be the processes for these will be started as soon as tomorrow, but the timeline will be announced in terms of when they're estimated to be completed. But yes, audits will be done, and KYC as well. And during the meantime, we're also going to be prepping with our project partners to get ready for launching their projects on our blockchain. Making any necessary marketing material, assets, planning, strategies, and so on. So that's something to look forward to as well. I'm also happy to say some more news that we have applied with several different platforms for our blockchain's integration. So we have DexView, we have PinkSale, and we have Bitmart, who will be integrating our blockchain onto their platforms. So Bitmart, we are already listed there. They're integrating our blockchain as we speak. And we're looking at maybe around another week and a half until that's completed and tested, obviously, and so on. So that's exciting because people would be able to send their Bitrock tokens directly through the mainnet to whatever wallet they may be using, whether it's Coinbase wallet, Trust wallet, MetaMask, all of these wallets, which you can currently set up the Bitrock chain on as a custom network. We are going to be also integrating with DexView, as I mentioned. So that's mostly a charting platform along with other things, and that's already in progress. We're in talks with them. All of these, and PinkSale, obviously, for pre-sales and locking and blah, 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 and so on. So that's really exciting. Each one of those platforms, kind of complements the other in terms of what they offer and what they do and their role in our adoption and the ecosystem. So the ETA for all of these is probably between a week and a half to 2 weeks for all of these. Some may be done sooner, some may be done right on time. You got to understand that when we integrate with platforms, a lot of that is not in our hands. They're working, so all we can do is not rush them, because we have to make sure that the integration process is sound and is sufficiently tested. So we can't rush them, but that is the kind of conservative ETA that we're looking at for these. And we will continue to integrate with more and more partners whether in the form of charting or locking or launch pads or exchanges and wallets as well. So we're going to be integrating with some wallets in the near future. Can't really speak too much on which ones as of yet. We are going to have, or I believe we already have, but we're soon going to release a Telegram token scanner for, so think something like Token Sniffer, something like that to give you general ideas about the project or kind of different tokens that you're considering buying on the mainnet. And that's going to be a Telegram bot. So you just put in the contract and you get all the info that you need. Again, similar to how you would use a token sniffer, something like that. I believe that's already done and in the final testing stages, and that's going to be released very, very soon. We have our Discord that we're working on, and there's, I believe his name is Cryptomania. We're working with him very closely for releasing or kind of announcing the official Discord, because a lot of the community have asked us for a Discord, and we do acknowledge that there's a giant user base there of people who may prefer that platform. So we've listened, and that's going to come very, very soon as well, as early as this week. So that's something else. And lastly, on the DEX or swap side, we have the multi-chain, which we're actively working on, and I've mentioned this in previous AMAs as well. That is probably one of, if not our main focus at the moment. And we're looking at probably 3 weeks to a month for that to be done, including testing and so on. And yeah, so there's lots to look forward to as early as in a couple of days, or as early as tonight, actually. And then some things in the next few days, some things over the next week, including the project launches and the RockSwap project as well, and things to look forward to in the next month and beyond. Obviously, we keep updating you guys with whatever can be made public during these AMAs. And in terms of exchange listings, we're actively working to get our second exchange listing. We cannot give an ETA on that just yet, but it will come, and it will come sooner than you think. So I'm not saying it's going to be tomorrow. I'm not saying it's going to be a week or a month. All I can say is we're actively working on it, and it's definitely going to be a higher level than our last exchange listing as well. And with that said, I want to give the mic over to Brother Marketing. So Brother, welcome. Maybe you can tell us a little bit about some of the recent marketing that we've done, what's going on at the moment, what we can look forward to very briefly, because I think, we don't tend to announce too much of our marketing strategy. People just see stuff constantly in the Telegram in a good way, stuff that's pinned, marketing efforts in so many different ways, some daily, some very guerrilla marketing, some strategic. So if you just could give us a very quick rundown and anything else that you want to add on top of that.
Yeah, no problem, man. Thanks for having us. Hope you're all doing well. Obviously, we've seen a fantastic week this week. We saw a bit of consolidation, which was perfect. We saw the holders grow, etc. So the marketing that's going out is working. So obviously, people know already we've got some secret Web 2 stuff that was done really well on projects like Pepe. That's starting to ramp up now, and it's reflecting on the chart and obviously the holders and things like that. So in terms of that, we want to make sure that the PR is going out strong. We want to line that up really well. So this week we're going to ramp up basically the exposure of this project. Like, this is the first team I've worked with where the developers, I don't have to go to them and ask, hey, we need to put something out development wise. We need to do this, we need to do that. They're hot and heavy, this team. It's fantastic. So these guys have got their ace cards, and they keep just adding aces to this deck that you guys don't even know about. So it's a dream to work with this team, and you're going to see everything ramp up, because the exposure is it's working in the right direction, but we need to add fuel to that fire. So this week we'll be ramping up on the YouTube campaigns, the Reddit campaigns, the Twitter callers. We'll be trying to get some different influencers and things like on board with the token, not just calls, but I mean proper like partnerships where the decent ones want to get involved with projects like this with decent teams, decent communities, and a decent product. So yeah, you're going to see all of this ramp up, and that where we just had a meeting before this actually, and it was all about getting that exposure and bringing people to Bitrock, so then the developers can release this stuff to the eyes, which is ultimately going to do you guys a massive favor and increase your investments, because once that first project goes out and this is at a good market cap, it's got a good amount of eyes on it and users are using it, that's when stuff really starts to ramp up massively. So yeah, it's all going really well at the moment. If anything, it's going too well. It's been a dream like working with you guys. So yeah, there'll be more updates in terms of ramping up each week. There's enough budget for this project, which is perfect. We've been bringing guys in left, right, and center for partnerships. As you see, Rude is doing a fantastic job. Sean, we've got MMKK behind us as well. When we had that meeting earlier as well, speaking about what's happened this week in the market, we've obviously seen some really big projects. I don't want to mention the name, but their security obviously wasn't there. So this is quite a high point for the team to show you guys that you are secure. So this week, you're obviously going to see the audits, the KYCs, really backing up what these guys are working on to give you that reassurance that you can sleep on this project and it's something to get behind. And there's a lot of people in this space that want to get behind projects that have everything going for it like this. So we just need to capture those eyes. So that's the main focus really of this week.
Perfect. Thanks a lot, brother. Really appreciate that update. So guys, our focus, or let's say one of our focuses in the coming 2 weeks, is to get as many fresh eyes on our project and as much exposure as possible. Brother kind of alluded to a few things that we've been doing and some things that we will continue to do as well in the near future to achieve that. And I want to make sure that I mention that, of course, along with our other partners, Brothers Marketing have been extremely helpful with our marketing. Obviously it's a team effort in terms of allocation of funds and where money is spent. We're being very conscious of where money is spent in terms of marketing and integration and development and partnerships and so on. But they've been crucial to the development of the project so far. So I want to give a very big shout out to them. And they're obviously very well established in the space. I saw, it's kind of funny because I saw maybe a few days ago, a couple of people confused Brother Marketing with BlockChain Brothers, and they're completely different. We're working with Brother Marketing, and those are the people that we trust and that we work with on a marketing level, along with the marketing team members as well within the project. I also want to mention that we will continue to bring on more partners in various areas as well as we continue to develop ourselves. And I want to make sure that everyone understands that there's only one bridge right now, and that is the Sphinx bridge. So if anyone DMs you, tells you, are you having any problems with bridging your tokens, admins will never DM first. So please make sure you are conscious of this and that you follow the steps that are shared by the team to be able to bridge your tokens. Do not listen to anyone pretending to be Bitrock support or impersonating any of us. And make sure that if you have any questions, you post them publicly, or if you're having trouble getting a reply, DM one of the team members and they'll be happy to help you. And you also have the Sphinx help on the DApp as well. So please make use of those in case you have any issues. And yeah, I mean, to be honest, I think as a quick recap, I'm very excited with what's coming. I've personally never worked with a team like this. All of the different team members in the project have consulted and advised in other projects before, but as a team, as this team has come together with all of this experience, thankfully, we're happy to see a really good result so far. And this is the team's first project. So we're very proud of that. It's not something you tend to see too often in the space, especially with utilities and so on, because there's a lot of work that goes into utility tokens. Obviously, the community plays a huge role, and we really want to give a shout out to our community members. There's maybe an equal or maybe heavier load on the team as well, because on the utility and development level, that's mostly driven by the team, who have done an excellent job so far. So huge shout out to the team, to the community. We're very excited to continue going on this journey with you guys, and make sure to just understand the significance of having the time that we have right now before we start having projects launch on our blockchain that we announce. Be careful if anything launches on our blockchain. Be careful if we don't announce it, or if it's something that looks shady or obscure. Certain elements of that are beyond our control. It is a blockchain, but at the same time, in terms of things that teams and projects that we're partnered with and are committed to delivering at a high level, please do your due diligence, and we advise you to be careful when making investments, especially when we have a lot of stuff coming that will hopefully give you a lot of value, and hopefully some return on investment as well. And please be patient. As you can see, the team has been delivering. So please be patient and do not rush project launches. We want to make sure that everything goes as best as it can, because the projects that will be given spotlight to from our side, whether it's partnership wise, marketing wise, and so on, we are trying our best to give you guys as much quality as possible. So even if it takes a week or two, or maybe even three, hopefully not, but just in case, hopefully it's going to be worth the wait, guys. So right now, to be able to bridge, the entry point for everyone at the moment is the Ethereum Bitrock. So you need to buy that first if you don't have any, or if you have less than you would like to have, whether on the east side or on the mainnet side, feel free to buy some more. And then you can bridge it over on the Sphinx bridge. As we continue to integrate with more and more platforms, especially centralized exchanges, the process will be let's say, more expansive, in the sense that you would be able to buy on more places. You'd be able to send directly to your wallet, as I mentioned before. And we are continuously working on integrating with more and more partners, giving you guys as many entry points to the blockchain as possible, as directly as possible. So we're looking at a couple of options right now on top of the others that we're already working on, in terms of integrating directly to be able to buy the mainnet token, not on a centralized exchange, but on a dApp. So something similar to Flu's, but not quite. So that's exciting as well. And more details will be announced when that continues, and when essentially that's going to be delivered on. And with that said, we'll take maybe a few questions. I know I've talked quite a bit, but I'm very passionate about this project, guys. So if you have a question that has not been addressed in this AMA, please feel free to request to speak, and we'll take a few questions before we end tonight's session. So I can see that there's one person with the name of 18 that has raised their hand. So the floor is yours. Please go ahead if you have a question. Okay, so I don't think they have a question, it seems. Does anyone else have a question, guys, that they'd like to ask? Just request to speak and I'll approve you. Wait for a few seconds here. Okay, so I think I don't think they have a question, it seems. Does anyone else have a question that they'd like to ask? Just request to speak and I'll approve you. Wait for a few seconds here. Wow, 0 questions. I think that's a first. Oh, we have one, Crypto Mayhem. All right. So he's our Crypto Mayhem. Sorry, not Mania, my bad. He took the initiative to start the Discord. Obviously, we're taking steps to make that all official, and that takes its time. So, Crypto Mayhem, welcome. Go ahead if you have a question or a comment, feel free.
Yo, what up, guys? Can you hear me?
Yep, you're good.
Cool. I just want to say this is the first project in a long time where I've seen the communication to just community members, which is just top level stuff. The background stuff to do with like the development is I haven't seen it in months. The security things you guys are going through with everything you're doing, even with like the Discord thing going on, the amount of measures these guys are taking to make sure you guys are safe with your money, make sure there's no exploits, all that type of stuff. These guys are going next level, top level. They're doing everything a project should do. I'm super bullish on this. Discord, by the way, is basically done. We're just waiting for the main guys to get in, make it official, blah blah blah. So if you do like Discord, it's all made. To me, it looks very very pretty, professional. I love a pretty Discord, which I hope you all do too. So I hope to see you guys in there. And yeah, Bitrock to the moon.
Thanks, man. Appreciate that. Yeah, guys. So as you heard, first of all, shout out to you, Mayhem, because great job on the Discord. I looked at some screenshots. I'm personally not a Discord person, but I'm planning to download it. And I mean, I've used it before, mostly for gaming, if I'm being honest. But it's been a while, and it's not on my computer now, so I'd have to download it and go in, which I will. So thanks for that. But the screenshots, yeah, it looks really pretty, very official, very professional. This guy obviously knows what he's doing. So I think we're in safe hands. Just going to make sure we do our due diligence, make sure that everything is safe, ownerships and whatnot as well. And then we can publicize that. I can see that 18 has raised their hand again. Brother, you have something you want to say? I can see you're unmuted.
Yeah, I was just going to say as well for the AMAs and things, obviously, we've been hitting them each day. We'll move as well to do more over on Discord because there's some good lounge stuff, private lounge, etc. that we want to get involved with. So obviously, once we've got Discord set up, moving some good there. We'll keep them up on Twitter Spaces and stuff. But yeah, that's a really good way to explain this project and what it's about. So we'll keep them up.
Yeah, your voice kind of cut off there, but I got the gist of it. So yes, we will plan to have some AMAs there because we know that there are some people, especially in the crypto space, that do prefer Discord and they don't even have Telegram. Similar to me, vice versa. I have Telegram but not a Discord, so we're very well aware of that, and we want to make sure that we access those community members as well, and give them a platform to share any questions they may have, comments, feedback, so on, so on, so on. I kind of want to open up the mic for 18 again. So 18, I think you're already approved, so you can just unmute yourself if you have a question and go ahead.
Hi, good evening, everybody. Thanks for bringing me up for my question. Okay, I have a question for Finn's Lab. As we all know, there is always competition in blockchain technology. So how does your platform plan to be at the forefront of its innovative features?
I think I got your question. So we mentioned this a couple of times in the previous AMAs. There's a couple of unique elements about this project as opposed to other L2 chains that may already exist on the market. First of all, we self-launched. That's a huge difference. You don't see many of those, or maybe to put it more specifically, you don't see many of those last as long as we have, if at all, that have been self-launched. So there's a very attractive investment element attached to that. The second thing is our approach in the form of proof of authority versus proof of stake or proof of work, which makes things a lot faster and more efficient. And that's something, again, on the Ethereum side of things in terms of L2, L2s on Ethereum. There's not too many of those. So that's another element. The third thing is our speed and gas fees. There's a couple more things, but I'll just mention one more of them, which is our multi-chain DEX. So our multi-chain DEX, which I kind of referred to very quickly earlier in our AMA, is going to enable you to buy other tokens on their native chains. So BSC tokens, for example, without having to use a decentralized exchange that is native to BSC, such as PancakeSwap, for example, or hold BNB Smart Chain, or pay gas in BNB Smart Chain. You would simply have to use our swap, and all you need to do is hold the native Bitrock, and the gas would be equalized, and you would pay with that. There's a lot of other utilities that we're working on as well that would add value to our ecosystem and supplement what we already have in terms of fundamentals, such as our token launcher, which enables you to launch a token on our chain within 5 simple steps. There's an NFT marketplace, there's a bridge that we're building, and so on and so on and so on, our own bridge, obviously. So there's quite a few components, some that add value to our ecosystem and some that separate us from other L2s out there in the market right now.
Oh, awesome. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
You are very, very welcome.
Thank you.
Let me just quickly see who else. I have Ghost. So Ghost, go ahead if you have a question. The mic is yours. Ghost, you're muted, buddy. I think you need to unmute yourself.
Yo, what's up, Bitrock? Man, I've been keeping my dibs on your project for quite some time. It's pretty cool to see what you've been able to do. Damn. What are your personal targets?
I can't comment on any targets. So I think if you want, you can go ahead and maybe have your own targets, or
No, I'm not referring to financial targets. I was more referring to kind of your targets within the project of what you're looking to achieve and do.
Gotcha. Okay, that makes more sense. So, well, to put it simply, we're hoping our target is to do what other Ethereum L2s have not been able to, which is as much as possible solve the gas fee dilemma, solve the transaction time dilemma, provide unique elements to the ecosystem that maybe other L2s have not addressed or have not focused on as much because they're too busy with the ecosystem as a whole or with the development of the fundamentals. And in terms of adoption, we're hopefully kind of looking to take over a majority of the market share, quote unquote market share, in the Ethereum L2 space, because from what's been tested and what's kind of been seen right now, and in terms of fundamentals and design and so on, there's a lot of elements that we excel at as opposed to other blockchains. And ultimately, one of our goals is when you go to CoinMarketCap or any of the other kind of major coin information or token information websites for crypto, you see us there in the top 50. So that's our goal. It's pretty ambitious, and we're ways ahead of that. But if you're talking goals, that's one of them, and it's fairly okay, in my opinion, to have that type of goal, because at the pace that we're working at and with the dedication of the team, it doesn't actually seem like it's as out of reach as it may have been when we launched the project. So
yeah, no, that's a great goal and a great target. And how does your project make you feel, honestly, deep inside?
I mean, that's a very intimate question. I don't know if I can answer that on live stream, but I'm just messing. But to be honest, I mean, honestly, I've been involved again personally in lots of consulting and advising for different crypto projects. I don't want to throw any names around. One of the coins that I consulted for, again, not necessarily as a core team member, but just help them with certain things, reached 110 million market cap, and that was in 2021. This project, so Bitrock, actually gives me a better feeling than what I felt because I'm working much more closely with the team. And, you know, there's a lot of kind of throwing ideas back and forth. You hear different points of view. There's more value in what each of us have to say, as opposed to the capacity that I worked with those other projects in. At the same time, we're well aware that life is not all rainbows and unicorns, and there's a lot of work ahead of us, and that's what we're focused on. So it's a lot of hard work. So if you're asking, honestly, how does it make me feel? It makes me feel ecstatic with the progress that we've had so far, and considering where we are in our life cycle, what we have to look forward to, and the room for growth that we have with everything that's coming. But I also feel pretty tired because I put in the team members, especially, and myself as well, the other team members and myself, we put in a lot of hours on this project out of our personal lives. I mean, I'm married, I don't have kids yet, but you know, my wife complains at times. So it's a challenge at times, but in my opinion, the kind of intrinsic value or the hopeful potential that we aim to realize with this project is going to be well worth the effort in the long run. So,
No, that's a great answer. Great. Well, looking forward to the further success of your project, man.
thanks so much, man. Appreciate your input on this, Gus.
Yep. Well, you've earned yourself a follower, my friend.
Thanks, man.
Take care.
Appreciate that. Welcome to the community, brother. We're gonna take a couple more here, guys. So I have Rudes Crypto Lounge, and he's one of our partners. He's been with us probably from the first half of the first week. We're very excited to have him. So I think he wants to say a couple of words. Rudes, you're all good to go, buddy. Rudes.
Man, I'm just glad we could get the DApp partnership done.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's a huge step in the fundamentals and the accessibility and the adoption of the project. We're very excited as well. I think maybe the excitement doesn't come as much as I would like it to through voice chat. But if you look at my face right now, I have the biggest smile on my face.
You should, bro, because come on, be real. I mean, it's a game changer because it takes other layer twos, like I said, AVAX, Binance, all of them. It took them months, if not, it was well over 6 months after they launched to even get integrated to an app, other than just through the swap.
Yeah, and I mean, there's further room to be explored as well. There's some functions which I mentioned that we kind of want to keep on the down low for now to explore with Sphinx and other partners as well. So don't want to give too much information on that right now, but definitely room for even more adoption and integration, which we are working on. But just the integration between whether the swap, the bridge, the DApp, so on, with our blockchain is absolutely massive, because Sphinx, kind of their reputation precedes them. I mean, there's no kind of question on security. Again, we do our due diligence, we do audits and so on for whatever we can, but we try to solidify partnerships with solid partners as much as possible, and Sphinx is absolutely one of them.